highest scoring Wolf ever is a cat. T-Wolves Spurs last night. Karl-Anthony Towns scored a team record 60 points.
Wow.
Most in the NBA this season, most ever for Minnesota. Oh, and 17 rebounds to go with it. Cat, the first game in the history of mankind with 60 points, 15 boards on 60% shooting. Minnesota won 149-139. Post-game, even Towns was surprised at his night.
Last one, you completely dominated that third quarter. 32 points. How did you take over responsibility to put this team on your back in that frame? 32 in the third quarter.
Damn. All right.
My thoughts exactly.
Is right. Winner, style points. Here's a deep three that got Cat to the 60 burger, and it was silky smooth. Karl-Anthony Towns is the first center with a 60-point game since Shaquille O'Neal in 2000.
That was on Shaq's birthday, too.
Yeah.
Scooby, have NBA roofs been leaking? Because a lot of guys are getting buckets. Over the last 10 days, dating back to March 5, 12 45-point games by 10 different people. From the Elias Sports Bureau, that's the most different players with a 45-point night in any 10-game span in NBA history. The 12 total 45-point games, most in that span since 1962, which was peak Wilt. And yesterday, the first ever with 3 different 45-point scores.
Wow. Now let's show some love to the big men even more. The Nuggets and Nikola Jokic took on the 76ers and Joel Embiid in Philly. Jokic won the MVP last season, and Embiid was runner-up. And the franchise stars are again considered the leading contenders to win it this season. So it was the battle of the bigs. Jokic had 22 and 13. And then Embiid finished with 34 and 9, but the Nuggets get the dub, 114-110.
Yeah, 22, 13, 8. That dude just pokes up middle school locker combinations. Winner, the runner, 2-point game late in the fourth. Jokic somehow gets that to fall over Embiid, and his shot percentage going head-to-head with Embiid was impressive. Embiid assessed his 6th foul. Joker knocks down the shot. I'm not joking. The Nuggets, behind Joker's big night, get the win. Scooby, it seems like centers are back in vogue after so long. NBA dominated by big men. Then the game moves out to the perimeter, and now the 2 MVP favorites are both 7-footers.
Yeah, I think what's happened with the center position, it's completely stretched the floor. Before, everyone would want to be like Shaq or Wilt and dominate inside the paint. But now what centers have done is they've stretched the game to being able to shoot the 3. And not just shoot the 3, they can bring the ball up the court and get other people involved. We're seeing that from Jokic, which is why he's a complete unicorn. But then as we look at Joel Embiid, some of the things that he's done in his training is he works one-on-one with his trainer, and then going up the court, full court, he does Michael Jordan moves. He does Kobe Bryant moves. He does LeBron James moves. So what he's doing is moves unlike any other center. And these centers are now playing like guards at 7 feet tall. That's completely different from what we've seen before.
And he's still got the Akeem Olajuwon moves in the post if he so chooses. And that's exactly it. You have a game in which a 10-foot hoop is the dominant feature. Tall guy's going to win.
Yep.
Then we see the statistical advantages of going beyond the three-point arc and the game stretching. Steph Curry leading the way, spearheading that evolution from beyond the arc. Being able to shoot from deep matters. The center position didn't go extinct. It just went temporarily, we'll say, an endangered species.
Yeah.
Now, again, the tall guy still wins. Kevin Durant going over Evan Fournier. You're too small. You got 7-footers who have guard skills. It's no surprise that they are in the lead for a MVP consideration, and no surprise that once we get into the final situation, Giannis, who can go inside and outside, is the reigning Finals MVP.
Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting race because we got all these big men who are 7 feet tall, the key players in this MVP race. But now let's continue to move on to some good vibes.
All right.
Winner! This is dope. I mean, 4 years ago, Nuggets rookie Bones Hyland survived a fire at his home in Wilmington, Delaware. So last night, the firefighters that saved his life were in attendance at the game, including hundreds of friends and family. And Hyland put on a show. He shot 4 3-pointers in the fourth quarter, drilled them, and finished with 21. Here's his postgame.
So proud of you. I'm really so proud of you, Kansas. I love you. I'm the coolest ever. This is my favorite teacher ever.
Moving stuff there.
Yeah.
Bucks Jazz, another top story. Like a deer in the highlights, Giannis Antetokounmpo led all scorers with 30 points, had 15 boards, got some help from his main supporting cast. Chris Middleton scored 23. Drew Holiday dropped 29. Bucks rally from 11 down and win by 6 in Salt Lake City. Scooby, it has been a minute since that happened.
Oh, yeah. Winner, the state you're in. Prior to that win, Phil, the Bucks' last win in Utah was October 30th, 2001, meaning Milwaukee had lost 19 straight games to the Jazz. So to put that in perspective, the Greek Freak was 6 years old the last time they beat Utah.
Yeah, and he could probably still work both of us in the post at age 6.
Yeah.
Boozer, spider bite. Donovan Mitchell missed 22 shots Monday, tied for his most in a game ever. They say you miss every shot you don't take. Mitchell missed 22 that he did. Stat line says 10 for 32 from the field, 5 for 17 from deep. 8 assists. Maybe should have targeted some more dimes.
Yeah. Let's head around the association where he might end up. Starting with frustration. Lakers hosting the Raptors. LA got off to a rough start in this one. They trailed by 21 in the first. LA has trailed by 20-plus points at the end of the first quarter for consecutive games. That's the first time it's happened in the shot clock era. Yep. They would lose 114-103 and are 2-8 since the All-Star break, tied for the second worst mark in the NBA. The only team games that they won are the ones where LeBron had to score 50. Sheesh.
We just did the whole college mascots thing. Who would win a fight between a wizard and a warrior?
I'm gonna go wizard.
You would go wrong here. It was a Dubs celebration Monday.
Ooh, it's a celebration.
Draymond Green back for the first time in 29 games due to a disc injury in his lower back. And Steph Curry celebrated his 34th birthday, scored 47, fourth most ever by a player on his birthday. Dubs also celebrated the win. They took it by 14.
It's a celebration. So let's throw a block party in Cleveland. Late in the fourth quarter against the Clippers, Brandon Goodwin sends the first invite to the party. Goodwin and the block is hot. And then at the start of the overtime, rookie Evan Mobley keeps it 100. His 100th career block. It's lit. Cavs win 120-111.
Our next around the association is Blazed. Blazers Hawks, Trae Young loves facing Portland. These Blazers didn't have the same run as our college Dragon buddies.
Okay.
Ice Trae dropped 46, bringing down his average to 51-13 against Portland this year. According to Elias, Young's the first player ever to average 50 and 10 against a single opponent in a season. Hawks win by 9.
Oof, man, he's a dog. Kings hosting Bulls, and De'Aaron Fox has been feeling the Sabonis effect. Since Sabonis was traded to the Kings, Fox is averaging 30 and 7 per game. He scored 34 points and 6 assists as the Kings beat the Bulls 112-103.
Doing something right in Sacktown, they are.
Yeah.
Hornets facing the Thunder. Terry Rozier turning back the clock. Scary. You know it. Rozier recorded his 23rd 30-point game as a Hornet, passing Grandmama Larry Johnson, 5th on the franchise 30-point game list. That is a thing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, not pictured, had 32. When you're getting 30 from everybody in your backcourt, no surprise. Buzz win by 18.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.